Happy Friday, everybody. I just wanted to cut this video. I just finished up a session with our Cambodia young ladies, ages 18 to 30. Shout out to Ravens Hope International. You guys are phenomenal and you are so cute. I think when I left there today, I felt so inspired and empowered myself because what I kept hearing God say was that, when we sow these seeds, it's not just for the young ladies that are in the room. I mean, Karen has done this plenty of times where she goes over there and she spends time over there. And then she brings the young ladies here for about a month or so. And her leadership team, which I'm just so excited to be able to sow into those young ladies, people just pour leadership in all areas into them. They go back home. And so now, as they completed their last week of classes, they'll be here for one more week. But their classes ended this week. Guys, now they have become teachers. It is their responsibility to now go back home and take this message back home. But I had no idea what I was going to teach today. Honest to God, I had no idea. I knew when I left last week, I had, God had pretty much share with me what he wanted me to teach them for the last couple of weeks. And I did that. But I knew when I left last week, I didn't have anything for the fourth week. And I have done this enough to know that when I'm praying and I'm kind of waiting on that message from God and nothing happens, I'm like, oh, okay, it's going to be one of those kind of messages. I'm just going to show up, open up my mouth, and you're going to feel it. And he does it all the time. But what I was able to share with them today, because I noticed what they've been doing, is they've been taking the lessons that they've been learning and they're starting new businesses. And so we're in a private group together, and I've seen some of the things that they had created. And one came up to me today. I don't know if we got that on film or not, but she was so cute. She's like, I got my business cards. I'm ready. So they started these businesses. And one of the things that it was a lot of things he wanted me to share with them today. I just poured out my heart to them according to what he was placing in me at the moment. But one of the things I shared with them as it relates to their business is to be responsible for the income that's coming in. A lot of people will get a second income. We call it a side gig or a side hustle. And what they will do is take that money and commingle those funds in with everything that's going on. And that's not what that's not what should happen. That shouldn't happen. And what happens, I have to be real careful with communication because some of the words we use here, they don't quite understand. When you commingle those funds, number one, you're saying, they're making these necklaces and jewelry and things like that. And so let's say they charge $15 for the necklace. And I'll say, how much did you make off the necklace? And they'll say $15. And I'm like, no, you didn't make $15 off the necklace. How much did it cost you to create the necklace? And, you can see their little eyes, like, oh, okay. How much is your time worth? And the reason why I share with them about their time, because that's something God dealt with me about. I would spend 45 minutes to an hour talking to a business partner. And sometimes it wasn't even about the business that we may have been connected with together. Sometimes it was about personal development, what they wanted to do, how they wanted to brand themselves, etc. So I'm sitting on the phone with people for 45 minutes for absolutely free. Now, at the time, of course, and still today, I'll do it. But I became very conscious of my value and my worth. Even if other people didn't, I became conscious of my worth and value. And so I looked at those times of me spending time on the phone. And sometimes I wouldn't do it depending on who the person was. But sometimes God